my friend Gail Keel, who many of you know, a fantastic concertina, piano, double bass, penny whistle player, had an eye procedure that went horribly askew, and so she is unable to come. And everybody just put her in your thoughts, if you would, because she's not having the best of times. But my son is visiting from Tallahassee, and as it turns out, he's going to help me out on the last tune. He's a better guitar player than I am, which makes me jealous, but that's another story. But this is a tune that many of you know, and as I've said before, if you've ever seen me play Irish music is, if you have hands you can clap, if you have feet you can dance, and if you have a voice you can sing. So this is the tune that everyone may know, so help me if you can. She had drunk far too much eggnog, and we begged her not to go, but she forgot her medication, so she wandered out the door into the snow. When they found her Christmas morning at the scene of the attack, she had hoof prints on her forehead and incriminating claws marks in her back. Well, Grandma got run over by a reindeer coming home from our house Christmas Eve. You may think there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe. I think we're going to take a technical break just for a second. Hold that thought.
That's better.
Well, we're all so proud of Grandpa. He's taken it so well. See him in there watching football, drinking beer and playing cards with Cousin Mel. It's not Christmas without Grandma. All the family's dressed in black, and we all have just one question: should we open up her gifts or give them back? Grandma got run over by a reindeer coming home from our house Christmas Eve. You may think there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe. Now the goose is on the table, and the pudding made of figs. There's a white and yellow candle that would just about match the hair in Grandma's wig. I'm telling all my friends and neighbors, better watch out for yourselves. They should never give a license to a man who drives a sleigh and plays with elves. Grandma got run over by a reindeer coming home from our house Christmas Eve. Well, you may think there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So Seamus O'Leary gets on the phone and he talks to his son in London, England. He's calling him from Dublin and saying, well, you know, Michael, I wanted to tell you that your mother and I are getting a divorce. 38 years of marriage is long enough. And there's silence at the other end of the phone until there's a, Dad, what are you saying? You can't get divorced. That's just not. Let me call Colleen, my sister. So 2 minutes later, the phone rings, and Seamus picks up the phone. What? Michael said that you and Mom are getting a divorce. No, you can't do that. You cannot do that at all. Do not do a thing. Michael and I are getting on airplanes. We will be home tomorrow. Do not get divorced. Don't do anything until I get there. So Seamus puts the phone down, goes over to his wife, gives her a big kiss and a smile, and says, the kids will be home for Christmas. And They're paying their own way.